Recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, people? Yeah, this is the one and only Romeo Says, back again with another episode. I find that whole YouTube energy vibe quite exhausting, because it's 10 p.m. now and I'm supposed to record this episode and I'm tired and I really can't fake it and be like, what's up guys, welcome to the channel, please subscribe. I just don't have that energy, man. I'm tired. So I saw this video about 2 years ago, Not Yet Uhuru, the original, right? By Letambuli. So this is the remix by Sun El Musician and Azana. So yeah, man, I saw this video and I just fell in love with it. I thought, just aesthetically, the video was fucking amazing. Let's get to it. So for context, for those that don't know, if you're watching this video and you're watching me for the first time, so basically what I do in this channel is that I look out for videos that have some sort of visual effects or 3D or anything that has to do with graphics. And I come and review those videos on this channel. It could be anything from music videos to TV ads to, yeah, it could be anything as long as it's local, So let's get to it. It starts off with a quote. It says, "Music is a great blessing. It has the power to elevate and liberate us. Such is the value of music," by Nelson Mandela. I have opinions about Nelson Mandela personally. I think the man had amazing intentions and amazing vision, but after he was captured, everything went south. I feel like he was just brainwashed into, oh, let's get together, Rainbow Nation. And then, we lost everything. But that's a story for another day. So these, from the get-go, they look like illustrations. They are illustrations. Beautiful, beautiful frames, I must say. The colors, I think when I watched this video for the first time, the first thing that's stuck out was the colors. They have amazing colors. Just look at this stuff, like the orange, the purple, the reds, the highlights. You can see the highlights here on their edges. It's just so beautiful. It's just those small details that might go unnoticed to most people, but they add to the picture and they make a picture look even better, and without those small details, you're not gonna know, you just won't know what's wrong with the picture, but the picture will feel wrong, But if those small things are there, it's like it puts everything together like this. But yeah, let's continue. Like this opening frame. Now look at this shot. Look at the expression on her face. It's like, it's not a complex, super complex illustration, right? But her expression, she's just like burdened, You can just see it, just like, look at the eyes, they look tired, bruh. I love these flares that they have flying around from the burning tires, from the strike. But at the same time, the flares themselves that are flying around, they're so beautiful. It's like, they look like fireflies, Look at that. And the anger from the mob. Like everything about this music video is colorful. even though the setting is very sad, but their choice of art to convey the message here is just so beautiful. I haven't seen this type of music videos in SA. I think this is the first one I've seen in a long while. Just visual storytelling, man. It's beautiful. I saw the fees must fall sign there. So this is it's a collection of a lot of issues that we're facing here in SA. Because all the boards are speaking to a certain problem. When you look at the mob, they're not all protesting, one issue. It's like multiple things, and every board is like fees must fall. The other board might say fees must fall, and the other board might say, am I next? Referring to gender-based violence. When you beg someone not to do something over and over and over and over again, and eventually it gets to a point whereby you're no longer begging anymore, and you're no longer even in a position to negotiate. You are now, when you get to that point, the only thing you think of is now to destroy, to destroy that person. Because it's like, even though you might be weak, or you might be in a position of weakness whereby, you are disadvantaged, even if you were to fight. At that point, when you get to that breaking point, you don't even care that you're at a disadvantage. And when you get to that point, I feel like when people get to that point, that's when actually a revolution can start, because at the moment, we all have these issues here in SA. We know we don't own much as Africans, but we are still negotiating in a way, It's like we are afraid, even losing the little that we have, we are so afraid of losing it, And I feel like we still need to be pushed to the point whereby there's no coming back. And that's the only time people can actually stand up and, we can see a revolution. But until then, as long as people are holding on to their little safety nets and be like, oh, I'll keep my little piece of the pie. No. As long as they are starving, at least I'm not them. Then we're not going to see any revolution, because a revolution. Sorry, English is not my first tongue. Actually, my English bundles are depleting now. It's almost like 12. They start depleting around 11 p.m. That's when I stop talking English. I'm just like, yeah, it's done for the day. So yeah, I feel like this, people need to be pushed so they get to a point of no return, because that's when they definitely have nothing to lose and they can actually stand up for what's right, But anyway, let's go. Man, the anger and frustration in these people's faces. Oof, I love that scene. Ooh. Ooh, how they transition from that night scene of the moon, and then it's now a candle inside a shack somewhere. Oh, dude. The roaches. They put in some roaches there. Oh my God. This is somewhere in a shack. This person has no electricity. Sanitation is definitely level 0. And there's a lot of people that live like this in this country, There's a lot of people that live in squatter camps, shacks so close to each other that if one shack was to burn, at least 50 of them would go out that night. And those people, those same people still wake up and they take a taxi to Sandton and go work for rich white folks. Yeah, that's one of the things that really, I think it puts a lot of anger in most people's hearts, that even though you suffer so much, you still have to watch the people that, to a certain degree, are the cause of your suffering, and you still have to, swallow that pill of needing them to like you so that they can give you your livelihood. It's such a messed up position to be in. You are forced to beg your oppressor to keep you alive, Don't have a choice, because you'll take anything from them. You'll take any piece of bread that falls from their table. Even this transition right here, the candle, the wax just drops, and then you see her tears also drop from her face. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful, visually, this is a beautiful video. It's amazing. The story behind it, it's very sad, but it's reality, it's a South African reality, no matter how we look at it, So yeah, let's go. And I feel like at the same time, being here myself, being a visual artist, doing art and all that stuff, I think as artists, you are doing a disservice to yourself and the people that come after you when you take your art and you commercialize it in such a way that it becomes like factory work, It becomes just mass-produced garbage. I think as artists, we might not all have the resources in terms of tools, but we all have stories, we all have stories that we can tell. And when you get to a position whereby you have the tools to tell the stories, you'd be doing a very huge disservice to yourself as an artist when you don't tell those stories, when you don't expose stories like these. Because these people that are being expressed here in this video, they are not necessarily people that can speak out for themselves, So as an artist, no matter where you live, even if you are from, a disadvantaged background, at least being an artist everywhere is sort of like a privilege, because you're in a position whereby you can observe the world around you and use whatever skill you might have to reach out and tell that story, And a lot of people are ignorant to these to people's realities. So art bridges that gap of reaching those ignorant people and expressing these stories in such a beautiful way that it in a way it captures people's minds, and they remember these stories, and they're able to be more empathetic. And you know what's beautiful, about Africans? It's like you can get these people that are living, in the most messed up of environments. But within our suffering, we always find time for joy, whether it be singing, whether it be dancing, whether it be, because culturally Africans are like that, even when they're in the midst of pure suffering, they still sing. You know, when they are happy, they sing. When they are sad, they sing. So they sing through every phase of life. And it's our responsibility, it's our duty as artists to tap into those feelings and reach out for people, that are suffering. And for that split moment, even if it's a 3-minute song or an artwork, to reach out using those things and just take them out of that world for that moment and bring some kind of peace and comfort, because they really do need it. When someone is suffering, they need that breather. They need that, just for a moment, just forget about their problems, forget about where they live. And art for me has done that for me as well. When I developed a liking for art, my environment sort of like disappeared. I didn't care about anything anymore. I was only concerned about how I'm going to create the next thing and how I want the next thing to make the next person feel like. So when you're creating something, you are creating it in the intention of giving it a feeling. You want someone to feel something when they look at that thing or when they listen to that thing. You want to give them that experience. And when you're creating music for people that are suffering, you are creating it with the intention of giving them relief and comfort. And to see an artist like this doing it, it's beautiful. They're doing what an artist is supposed to do. You can see here like how they started off the video and how they got to the middle of the video. They were expressing all these things that are troubling these people, but at the same time, the transition from that now to this, joy, them enjoying music, dancing, and forgetting about those problems just for this brief moment, and just seeing them express great joy, knowing that after this, they're going back to those problems again. They're going back to that shack. They're going back to that candle in a small shack. But for this brief moment, they're listening to music. They're listening to this guy DJing. They're enjoying that moment. Let's go. And one thing about South Africans, bruh, like when we really feel a song, you'll see it on our faces more than how we express it through dancing, whatever. Like it's almost as if South Africans not only dance with their bodies, but they dance with their face as well. You can see someone when they're enjoying a song, or when a song is hitting a particular chord, in their own life experiences. It's like you can see it, man. You like, oof, It is better to die for an idea that will live than to live for an idea that will die. How I interpret this is that you must always think long term, and as an artist, especially if you're going to be telling stories, you must think long term. You need to tell stories that are going to outlive you. You need to tell stories that are still going to comfort people, stories that are still going to give people that drive they need to get out of those problems and the issues that they face. Long after you're dead, people can still reach out to your song or reach out to your pieces of art, and they can still find that relief that they need from their life, you know. And if you can create that, something which doesn't have an expiry date, that's priceless, you know. And it's something worth dying for, just like in this quote, you know. If you can find that voice, you should be more than willing to die for it. Is the song that actually encompasses this quote. You know, it's a beautiful song, and I believe wholeheartedly it's going to, you know, outlive even the artists that made it, because I love it and I can see it, you know, surpassing that time. I love this video. I love everything about it. I love the song. I love the visuals. I love the lighting on this video. I love the animations on the characters themselves, the facial expressions. It was a very sad video to watch, especially the first time I saw it. But it touched on a lot of issues, which are very personal to a lot of people here in SA. And I feel proud of these artists to have created such a masterpiece. For me, this is a masterpiece, my man. So yeah, I'm gonna give this video rated a 5. You know, it is definitely a 5. It's a beautiful video. It's a beautiful song, and it communicated these issues in such a beautiful way. The presentation was just out of this world, and there were literally some scenes I could pause and print out and put on my wall because they were so beautiful. The illustrations were so beautiful. I wonder who are the illustrators that work on this thing, because it's just, yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, this is a 5. I'm rating this video a 5 out of 5. It's a 5-star video, you know. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And with that being said, I'll check you guys on the next one. Enjoy yourself. Let's interact a little bit more on the comment section. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.